In the last 49 days, I created a social circle from complete scratch.
I'm just here to get paid. 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 I'm just here to get paid.
What you just saw was what happened in 2 months, from January up until the end of March. But it wasn't always like this. You see, when I was really young, life was shit, right? Life was just complete shit. I was anxious, depressed. You know the gist, like the general gist of everyone who starts off on trying to be better. For me, I was hanging around with all these, gamer friends. And even though I was hanging around with people, like I had my gamer friends who played Terraria, Minecraft, Rainbow Six Siege, who would just play ranked every day, trying to get to gold, trying to get to platinum on Rainbow Six, I still felt pretty alone. I had this, innate desire. I wanted to be someone different. I wanted to be more than who I was at that time. Like, I wanted to break out of my shell. I remember back in year 8, I was around 13, 14, and I wanted to hang around these popular kids who I saw, they had status in the school. They were up on the dominance hierarchy, right, on the social chain. I wanted to be like them. I wanted to be more outgoing. I didn't want to be reserved. I didn't want to be shy. I just didn't want to be who I was at the time. There were some days where it was terrible. Like, I walked around and I didn't want to look at people in the eye. It was sort of scary because I thought people were judging me. When you walk around and you're having these negative thoughts every single time you look at someone, or they're thinking about my hair, or they're thinking how I did this yesterday and I said that to them, and they're thinking about how I was like weird about that. And I just kept thinking and thinking and thinking, and I thought myself to insanity. Like I was just thinking myself to constant anxiety. I just kept thinking that everyone was judging me. It was like I was walking around and there were all these eyeballs around me just watching me 24/7. Like, I would not feel safe. It's funny how I would walk around school and I would look on the ground, look on the floor. Everyone was having a good time. Everyone was minding their own business and, enjoying life. But I was just walking around and looking at the ground, just like scared of the world. Just scared of the world, man. I was just scared of everything. I would pull out my phone, just flick left and right on the home screen on my Apple iPhone. And I'm not even using it for anything. I just wanted to avoid that feeling, really. And to make it appear like I was okay, just walking around checking my phone. But I really wasn't. I was just scared all the time. And this continued to happen for years and years and years. I always felt like something was wrong with me. Like, why do I have these thoughts? I remember asking out a girl back in year 9, I think year 8. At that time, I really liked this girl. I had a big crush on her. I went into the cafeteria right in front of all her friends. And I said her name. Could I borrow the girl's name? I walked out with her and I said that I like you. The bell rang as soon as I said that. The bell rang as soon as I admitted that I liked her and I had a crush on her. I liked her. And she didn't know how to respond because the bell rang. She had to go. And I just got softly rejected. And I was like, oh, fuck, that hurts, man. I had her the next class. She was in the same class as me the next class. And I was just like sad. I just didn't want to tell people, my honest thoughts now, because every time I would tell my honest thoughts, it usually just ended in pain. Like, I don't want to be honest. Like, I just got punished for being honest and being myself, because being myself was not what people liked, right? Being myself was not what people liked. I just didn't want to express honestly and transparently on what I actually thought. At times when I was trying to be, popular, be high on that status chain within the school hierarchy, I was hanging around these kids who I deem who were popular at the time. I was just expressing my thoughts, but I felt as if I couldn't. I felt really constrained with new people. I couldn't tell people what I actually thought. New people, that I wanted to be friends with. I felt very constrained, very constricted, like I was holding back things and joy and jokes that I wanted to say, but I felt like I couldn't say it because they would not like me. And I think this stemmed back to when I was in primary school, where I was hanging out with my friends, and in this time I was like the inferior one in the group. They would always pick on me. I would always be the one that would get like ganged up against and like get made fun of. I guess you can call it bullying, but I was just the one that was always the one getting picked on. And there was at this time when I think one of my friends who were in my social group were picking on me in primary school. I was looking around to my other friend. Bro, do you have my back? Person that I was looking to help me, to back me up. Those other friends also joined in on the fun and just picking on me. And I don't remember particularly what it was, but I just remember that I felt betrayed. I felt inferior. I felt like nobody wanted to hear what I had to say and nobody wanted to be around me. And this really affected how I went about social interactions and relationships, new relationships in high school when I would try to make new friends. But I felt like I was going to lose them. I always felt like I always had to keep hold of them, to make sure that they didn't run away from me. Because if I didn't behave in the right way, they would not be friends with me. And I just had this, I guess you could call it this anxious attachment style towards friends and girls that I have a crush on. I was just so anxiously attached. I was so afraid of these people leaving me that I wanted to be friends with so badly. And it got to a point for like years, like it went for years where I would just be anxiously attached. And I just gave up. There was a point in year 9 when I was 15. I just gave up on trying to be different, trying to be something more than who I was at the time, trying to be more social and outgoing. I just stopped trying because every time I tried, I got shut down. You know, I asked out this other girl as well, and you know, this turned out really badly, and everyone in the school kind of hated me at some point, and it was just a total shit fest. And I was like, okay, Darius, I'm not going to try to be more than who I am. I'm going to stay the same. And that kept me stagnant for years. Every day I would walk into the school just looking down, sad, you know, depressed. And the only thing I looked forward to was just going home and playing Rainbow Six Siege on my PC. Because that's the only time where I had some level of respect from other people, that I felt like I could be who I am, because I could just go on Discord, play a ranked game. You know, I was pretty good at Rainbow Six. You know, I was doing flicks and stuff, and you know, getting the highest KD, you know, ratio, whatever it was at the time. I was actually respected. I was actually liked that. You know, in school I wasn't liked. I felt like people hated me and people found me weird. That's how I truly felt. And so I didn't want to be in school. Like, I didn't want to rise up. And so I rather just look forward to just coming home and playing video games, because at least when I came home and I hopped on the PC and I started flicking people and killing people, I actually got some level of respect. I actually got people who praised me. After a while, like I just got sick of video games. I woke up one day because I just stopped playing video games, and I came to school, and after a couple of weeks of living this life without video games, because I just got bored and burnt out at video games, I realized how much my life fucking sucks. Like, it sucks. It literally sucks. It's ass. I would go to school. I would just feel anxious and depressed because it was catching up for me. Back then, I was just distracting myself with video games, more video games, more video games. But then it caught up to me. I realized, oh shit, for 2 to 3 years, I've been living with this anxiety patterns, this depression patterns, you know, listening to Hey There Delilah, Juice WRLD on repeat, just like constantly listening to brainwashing and programming myself to be sad. I was just living on this repeat of sad, depressed, anxious. You know, I didn't want to look people in the eye. I was just living like the same, and I didn't grow. I looked around me, you know, I was seeing this person, I was seeing this classmate, I was seeing this guy. I saw the people in my year around me develop, grow, and become so much more mature, so much more than who they were 3 years ago. They developed themselves and they've improved. And I looked at myself in the mirror mentally, you know, I saw through the mirror, through the visuals, and I saw myself internally and externally, and I saw that I have not changed. I've stayed the same for years and years, and that pissed me off. I was like, I can't live like this. I really can't stay the same. I can't afford to stay the same. I hate this shit. I hate it. I hate living like this. I hate like going to school and being depressed. You know, I hate this shit. So I decided I wanted something to change. This was in year 11 when I was 15, right? I was 15, it was year 11, and I decided that things were going to change. I wanted to be more social. I wanted to be more outgoing. So I started talking to more people. I started getting out of my comfort zone and talking to girls. And I was shitting myself talking to girls. Like, it was scary, man. I didn't know what to say. Like, I was just shaking all the time. But it felt good. I felt like I was going somewhere, you know. And then there was this one opportunity where I saw there was this event called the dinner dance. It was coming up soon. This was my opportunity to be someone different. And I came across breakdancing videos. You know, ever since I was a child, I watched, you know, Justice Crew. I watched all these bands who did breakdancing, and I thought it was so cool. And I saw these breakdancing videos, and I wanted to breakdance. I was pulled to like, okay, like I want to learn this. So when I go to the dinner dance, I can bust down some moves and people can look at me, you know, because I didn't feel seen. I felt like in the shadows. I felt ignored. I was a reserved person at the time. I was shy. I was scared. I was anxious. I didn't show myself to anyone. I didn't talk to all these new people. I stayed within my friend group. You know, everyone stayed within their friend group. I stayed within mine. I didn't talk to any new people outside of this friend group. I felt like people didn't know who I was, and I just didn't feel seen. And I just felt that I wanted to be seen. I wanted to get attention. I wanted validation. I want people to respect me. I want people to see me. And so I saw these breakdancing videos. I was like, okay, I'm going to learn breakdancing. I'm going to bust down some moves. I'm going to go to the dinner dance and I'm going to be confident as fuck. I started learning. I started doing it. My dancing was terrible. It was shit. Even at the dinner dance, it was terrible. But I still did it. And you can see it right now.
Get ready!
As I was watching this video right now, it just put a smile on me, because this was, I guess, one of the most proudest moments of my life, and some people may say like it's sad, you should be proud of this, but this was like the first event which showed me, man, like I can change. I don't have to be this scared little shy little Dario anymore. Like I can be someone different. I can be confident. I can go out there and bust down some moves, and I did it, and this was like the evidence, man. Like I'm not shy anymore. I can be whoever I want to be. Seeing that clip just put a smile on my face. It always puts a smile on my face. And you could see in the clip, bro, I was like smiling. Like you could see as everyone was jumping on me, I was smiling, and like that was pure joy. I got so much spit in me, but that was pure joy for me. So after I've experienced this was the end of 2021, the end of my second last year of high school. At that moment, I realized, okay, this is going to be a new life for me. Things are going to change. This was the first piece of evidence which showed me I don't have to be this way. And so I realized, bro, I'm tired of living how I was. I'm tired of being this other person who I didn't want to be. I was tired of this shit. I don't want to be shy. I don't want to be anxious all the time and depressed. I want to be happy. I want to smile. I want to be confident. I want to just walk around with some fucking grip on the world. I just wanted to walk through the world with confidence. So breakdancing was the first catalyst, the first thing which showed me proof that I can change. And so I wanted to further this. I wanted to get better at breakdancing so I could get more validation, get more approval. So I went into strength and conditioning. I started doing push-ups, but then I started to get more interested in actually weightlifting and bodybuilding because I saw these videos on YouTube. This was back in 2021, at the end of 2021. This was when all these self-improvement niche, the masculine men's self-improvement niche was rising up, and everyone was talking about this new thing called building an aesthetic body to get attractive, to become more confident, and to increase your attraction levels with girls, right? And so I saw this like, okay, this seems more cooler than breakdancing. Why don't I just become jacked? And I can literally see myself as this new person. So this was where it started. I started doing push-ups. I started with like 3 to 5 push-ups. I couldn't even do like 10. I did like 5 push-ups, 6 push-ups, 7 push-ups, 10 push-ups. And it was slowly, I could see myself increasing the amount of push-ups I could do. I could see myself building some actual tangible muscle. I could see myself actually change. And this was so incredible. Like I saw myself in the mirror and I was like, wow, like fuck, I'm jacked, man. Like I keep taking photos of myself and keep posing, and it was amazing. I loved it. When I found these videos, it was around November-ish. November, September, turning to December. At this time in my year, like it becomes school holidays, Christmas holidays. And Christmas holidays usually last around 2 to 3 months. And in my country, Christmas holidays, December, January, it's real hot. It's 30 degrees Celsius. But I decided that I wanted to use these holidays, 3 months holidays, to completely transform myself into someone different, to change my whole identity. I saw that, okay, I'm going to grind for 3 months. I'm going to change my whole body. I'm going to come to school in my last year of school, and I'm going to make this fucking epic. I'm going to make this sick. I'm going to be jacked. I'm going to be confident, and I'm going to change my whole identity. And so I did that. I was working out every day in the hot heat, 30 degrees Celsius, every single day, just pumping iron, just working out, doing barbell rows, doing bicep curls, just recording myself, just getting more jacked and eating a bunch of food and just shoving shit down my face. I had this sort of burning desire to become something else, to become someone who I wasn't. This is what authenticity is. It's becoming the person you've always wanted to be. You know, authenticity isn't being yourself. It is being who you actually want to be, behaving how you actually want to be, looking how you actually want to be. And so my authentic desire was to become this jacked, confident guy. You know, my parents were looking out, you know, they commented that I was overly obsessed and that this was unhealthy. But in my mind, I was just like thinking like, shut up. Like, I'd rather just live like this and be unhealthy and obsessive in this domain than rather live the life that I was living before. You know, I saw the life that I was living before as fucking unhealthy. So I rather choose this alternative as less as unhealthy. If it makes me obsessed with the gym, I rather be unhealthy and obsessed with the gym than be unhealthy and obsessed with video games and just being depressed and sad all the time. It was a better alternative. I was like, fuck off, man. This was not unhealthy. This obsession, this is what creates progress. They always say this term that obsession always beats talent, and it does. It fucking does. And so I did it. I grinded. After the 3-month holiday, it was February the 1st, and this was my first day of high school. And the first day I went, people could notice I changed. People were saying I had a glow up. People could tell I was more confident. People could tell I wasn't who I was before. That something changed in me. Something really radically shifted. And at that time, I was using the principles in How to Win Friends and Influence People. It was a book on social skills and communications. And one of the principles was talking about how people love their own names. People love hearing their own names. So I started to get to know all these kids who I thought who were popular at the time. You know, I saw them as high status and I wanted to be friends with all the so-called popular kids. And so I started just using their name, you know, James, Connor, you know, Dylan, you know, Gabriel. What's up, man? Like, I just kept saying names as I passed them by, and I gave them the what's up nod. All right, as I said the name, like Gabriel, James, bro. And I just kept doing that for like 1 week. I didn't even talk to them. I just kept doing that every single day. And I started to know every single kid, every single person there. The kids who I wanted to be friends with for so long, that I tried Uprising back in year 9, that I wanted to mix with, you know. I started to get to know all of them, and it was such an awesome feeling. Like, man, you know, back 2 to 3 years ago, I tried doing this, and now I actually did it, and it fucking worked. This fucking worked. And so I started to go to these parties. I started to go to all these things, and people could tell I changed. And I started to make all these new friends with all these kids. But as time passed along, and I started to spend more time and more time with these people, with these guys and girls who I thought, you know, I want to be friends with because they're so cool, I realized I fucking hated hanging out with them. I hated talking to them. I tried to use, like in the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, there's this principle called be interested in what they're interested in. So you be interested in what the other person really like truly wants. Like if they're interested in cars, you know, talk about cars. You know, I tried being interested and I fucking hated it. I hated it. I don't want to be around these people. After being in conversation with them for 3 to 4 months, I hated talking with them. I wanted to talk about personal development. I wanted to talk about self-improvement, but I felt like I couldn't. Every time I brought it up in my old friend group, who were the nerds, you know, the gamers, I was talking about it. One of this fucking guy told me to shut up. As soon as he told me to shut up, I just left. I just left and walked out. I hated that. At that day, I felt like I couldn't express. It came back to square one where I was like 2 years ago, where I felt like I couldn't express authentically what I cared about and what I deemed was important. As time passed, I started to distance myself away from all these people. And I was back again to feeling lonely, to feeling anxious, to not feeling like I had status anymore, to feeling like people didn't like me and people didn't respect me.
It's the 8th of September and I'm feeling lonely. I've been getting or chasing female validation less. The only thing I have going for me is the gym. So that's the only thing that I literally live for. I don't know, I just don't feel like I can express myself.
And this was a lonely time. This continued until the end of graduation. And at the ceremony for the graduation, we have like certificates we hand out to everyone who's graduated. Each certificate has like a little comment, like a funny comment on the certificate. Now, everyone had these comments where like the most likely to be a Forex trader, the most likely to be a Victorian model. And then mine was the most likely to give someone pink eye. And pink eye is like, you know, red eye, where you get like this thing in your eye's itchy, it's red. Is like this infection. I was the most likely person to give someone red eye They said it out in public, on the stand, on the microphone, in front of all the year, in my year, in front of all my friends, all my classmates. These people who designed these fucking certificates, these girls who designed these certificates wrote, Darius Chong, the most likely person to give someone pink eye. And everyone was like, oh, whoa, what the fuck, oh, shit. And I walked up there with shame. I was pissed. I was fucking angry. I didn't show it explicitly, but people could tell. I was fucking furious. After graduation, nobody contacted me. None of my classmates, none of my friends, none of them contacted me except this one close friend, which I always keep close with. But besides that, none of the friends who I, shared all these years with, from year 7 to year 12, or 6 years with, none of them contacted me at all. So this was the end at 2022 when we all just graduated. Around 2023, I was like, fuck everyone, fuck everything. I'm just gonna make money, grind the fuck hard, escape the matrix, and just like travel and go away, right? Because I was tired of just having no friends and just life in general. I was just tired of this shit. So I was just grinding hard. 2023, just grinding on business, trying to make some money, trying to like do an agency, cold calling, all these different things. I tried, and it was just fucking shit. Like I barely talked to anyone. The only thing I did social activity was go to the gym. I didn't really have any friends. I didn't have any social circle. It really sucked until I reached the end point around November. I realized that I didn't care about any other businesses. I just want to make YouTube videos, and I just want to have a social group that I like hang out with. I realized that I was tired of just not having friends. I've been grinding for this whole year for money. I don't have any friends. I've been in my back of my mind throughout the 2023, and when I was grinding for entrepreneurship, and I was trying to grind, I had this desire in the back of my mind, like, make friends, Darius. You want to make friends, like, you want to meet some awesome people. And I'm very glad I had this 2023 experience where I failed so much. I failed 3 businesses. I failed dropshipping, I failed agency, I failed cold calling, I failed all these different things. And I'm glad I had this experience, so I'm able to talk about it. But in the back of my mind, I had this burning desire to make friends. You want to make a social circle. Like this was the thought I keep having in my back of my mind. In chapter 1 of The Way of the Superior Man, it says that to stop hoping for a completion. The whole year, I was hoping for a completion. When I make money, when I do this, when I get success, I'll do this. I'll do what I really want to do with my life. When I get or obtain this. This was the first mistake I made. I know this is a really long story, but in January, I had this insight, this realization that I'm tired of not having any friends anymore. I went through all these circles of not having friends, to having friends, to hating the friends that I had, to not having friends after I left high school. And now I just realized, bro, I just want to have some quality friends that I can hang out with every single week. Please, I just want some quality friends. This was the burning desire that I haven't fulfilled for years and years and years. This is something that I needed to do. In Angry Birds, where you have this, the band where you pull the birds and the birds fly and hit the castle. This elastic band has been pulling for years and years and years. And me deciding to I want to have a social life. That's sort of the elastic band that has been pulling for years. That just fling as soon as I decided. And within the last 3 to 4 months, I've created a social circle. I decided that I wanted to build something like this.
Stand the plug.
And how it started was I started to research, like, how do you make friends? How are people networking now? How are people meeting other people? How do people meet? How do relationships form nowadays? How does dating work nowadays? How does networking work nowadays? I was studying the whole concepts of social dynamics in 2024, and I came across this sort of content which discussed about social status, networking, and using Instagram. And I discovered that Instagram is a literal powerhouse for meeting people. I know in the general space online right now, they say that Instagram is terrible, social media is terrible, it fucks up your dopamine, and I completely 100% agree if you use it for consumption. But you don't understand that Instagram, you have access to thousands, every single person in your area. You can message all these different people in your area. You can find what's popping in your city. You can find areas where your quality people that you want to meet hang out. You can find the people that you want to meet where they hang out. It's extremely powerful, and you are completely stupid to not use this. You're completely retarded. I'm gonna say it, retarded. I know you're not allowed to say it. It's very controversial to say this word, retard, but you're completely retarded if you don't use Instagram in the modern day in 2024 to meet people. You want to have this wholesome sort of interaction where, oh, you know, I met this person in real life. Bro, Instagram is reality. The digital identity is something in reality now. How are most people living? Through personal branding, through their digital identity. They're promoting something through their digital identity. This is the most important thing. You don't understand that social media is the real world now. Online is the real world. There is no two worlds now. There is no online and offline. There is just online. Online is merged into the real world because it literally impacts massively on how other people view you and how you view other people as well. So I use Instagram to find areas where the people that I like to hang around with, the people I like talking to with the same interests, they congregate, they hang around. And I found these areas using the geotag feature in Instagram, where I found locations, I found what type of events were going on, and I just started going there once a week. Just started going to this cold dip event once a week, right? And I started to get to know people, I started to talk to people, and I started to make some high quality relationships with people, you know, friendships. I found some people who I genuinely liked, and just going outside, just keep going outside. Like, most of your social life problems, your lack of friends, your lack of relationships, is because you don't go outside. So find something on Instagram, go on Instagram, find a cool event that's happening in your city, in your area right now. It could be a run club, it could be a group meditation, you know, find the type of events that the people you like to talk to are hanging around. If you want to go and find people who value fitness, go to the gym, go to a group workout session, a CrossFit workout session. If you want people who value inner peace, meditation and calmness, go to yoga, go to meditation groups. If you want people who value alcohol and, you know, value doing degenerate shit, yeah, you can go to a nightclub. Not all nightclubs are like that. There are certain environments, to certain type of nightclubs, which are, you know, high status nightclubs and low status nightclubs. The more expensive venues have more expensive people. So the type of place you go to will determine the type of people you meet. So find the type of people you like and find the type of environment they hang around and go there every single week, once a week. Just keep going and develop that sort of familiarity with people. You start to go there, people start to know your face, you start to introduce yourself. Once you go to these environments, you need to provide value, and you provide value in all these different domains. You can talk to them, you can be interested in them, you can ask them really intriguing questions which get them talking about what they're interested in. This can apply to people you genuinely want to hang around with. So if you genuinely want to hang around with this person, add some value, talk about what they're interested in, ask some really like good questions that make them want to talk about what they can love, what they're passionate in. You know, everyone has a passion, everyone has something they are obsessively interested in, whether it be cars, PCs, you know, photography. Everyone has something they're interested in, and provide value. The easy way to provide value is just listen, have some good vibes, show up there, you know, record some content with your iPhone, help people out with their social media. This is probably something that anyone can do. This will solve most of your social life problems. Go to a nice event with the people you like hang around, go there every week and add some value, listen to people and connect with their Instagram. Once you have a chat with them, once you have a chat with someone in the gym, once you have a chat with someone in this venue, in this place, in this event, have a chat about what you're interested in, what you're doing, what they're doing, and you can just say, hey man, you're cool. What's your Instagram? That's my go-to. That's my go-to all the time. Hey man, you're cool. What's your Instagram? You could also say that, oh yeah, I'm doing this week. You should come with us. Because you have this once a week event going every single week you're going to. When you meet other people outside of that event, like the gym, going on a walk, going to a restaurant, and you meet people, you spark a conversation, you now have something to invite people to. People are waiting for the cool guy to come invite them to things. This is what I've waited for most of my life. I've been waiting for years and years, waiting for that cool person to invite me to the fun. I've just been waiting. And those who wait, like if you wait for some cool guy or girl to come invite you to some fun, awesome event, you're going to be waiting until your death. You will just be waiting until you die and no one's going to invite you. This is what will happen. You see, one thing I learned from one of my mentors is God loves those who take initiative. God loves those who take action, who put in the effort first. And if you put in the initiative and add value, you see, when you invite people to fun, like it's value. Like if someone invited me to some cool event, like I would thank them. Like, thank you for inviting me to something awesome and introducing me to something cool. I'm so thankful for you. So people are waiting. People are waiting for someone cool like you. You can be that person. You could be the person to invite them to the fun, but you're waiting. You're waiting for that cool person. Be that cool person. Shift your whole identity. Change yourself to become this person that can add value, that can be outgoing, that can invite people to the fun. And people appreciate that. People appreciate being invited to things. In the past 2 months, I've been doing all these things, going to weekly events, inviting people to the fun, making all these different friends. And once you start doing that, then in the background, some people will invite you out to other things as well. So I want you to understand that wherever you are in life, wherever you are, no matter if you're down here, you're down there, you're up here, you're up there, left, right, up, down, you're anywhere, regardless of where you are, you can change, you can be someone new. You don't have to be who you are right now. I know you think you're stuck. I know you think it's hard. I know you think you're stagnant and you're not progressing as much as you would like, but I can tell you that you can change and you can make a decision right now. And you're one decision away from changing your whole life. You can make the decision to do this, to go to that event once a week. You could say yes for once. A lot of people believe in this, like they're very so focused on this concept of essentialism, where they're saying no to things. They want to focus and be disciplined. But when you say no to things, you're saying no to new experiences. New experiences is how you get information, new stimuli, new senses, new information, which you can use to learn things, right? One of my business friends who has a clothing line, he goes and experiences life, and as he experiences life, he has these ideas. Oh, what if this clothing is good? I had this problem where I go to the gym and I really struggled with this, and like I made a clothing for my own problem. You have insights when you gain new experiences, when you gain new insights and you experience new stimuli, new information. So I want you to understand you can change, you can be someone different. You don't have to be the same. I know you think you're stuck. I know you think it's sad, it's depressed. Oh my god, I'm stuck, I'm sad. I just go to the gym. I want you to understand you can change, you can be someone different, and you don't have to live the life you're living right now. I want to inspire hope in you. I have a community below where I would like to talk to you every single week. I want you to join. I want to help you level up your social life. I want to help you level up your connections with people and make high quality relationships with people that you actually like hanging around with. Because there are relationships where you don't like hanging around with them, but there are relationships where you really like hanging around with these people. Like these are like the people you really fuck with. Click the link in the description, join the community below. There are other guys that may be in your city that you can talk to. So I'm really excited for you to join. I'll talk to you in there and I'll see you in there, man. This is Darius. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.